Hello, thanks for joining us. Right now we're going to be talking about deliverables. You probably heard, some of you might have heard about the word deliverables. This is something that happens right after a film is finished. A lot of people think that you finish your movie and then you're ready to go. You give the distribution company or whoever you're sending your film to a master tape, and that's it. That's where actually the whole journey begins in many ways. It's a completely new universe, and it's something that I try to make independent filmmakers understand. A lot of the monies, a great deal of your budget is going to be going in that direction. That's why before you shoot your film, you should be aware that not only post-production, but what happens after the film is done, that's where a lot of the money is going to be going to. For example, let's say you made a fantastic film, or you think it's a fantastic film, and you plan to sell it to a studio. You start, so usually the route, there are several routes to get your film into a studio or to a distributor. But normally people either send manila envelopes, with a little screener, a DVD screener into a distributor. Or sometimes you go to a festival and you get picked up. Sometimes you go to a film market and you get picked up over there. I mean, there's many ways to get your film out there. But the problem is, once your film is sold, that's where the whole thing begins. The studio is going to require you to give them a series of things that cost a lot of money. For example, it's not just a master tape of your film. You have to give them your master of the movie in 16:9 aspect ratio and in 4:3 aspect ratio. You need to give them your trailers in 16:9 and 4:3. You need to have your sound in a particular way. It can't just be a stereo mix. It has to be either a stereo mix or a surround mix, but divided in all its basic elements. And it has to be done in a particular way. All that stuff, which is a list of about 4 pages long, and it varies from studio to studio. I think Lionsgate is about 3 pages. Universal, Paramount, and all the other studios have like a 4-page list. The thing about these lists is like it tells you exactly what they want. Every element that you do, every 4:3 master tape, every 16:9 master tape, has to go through a process called quality control, QC. That means that you're gonna have to send your master tape, let's say HD master tape, Digibeta, Blu-ray, DVD. You're gonna have to send it to a lab. They do editing, or they do, not a film lab, but more like a post-production facility. And they're gonna watch the film and run the film through a waveform monitor and a vector scope, like luminance and color levels. And it's almost like you're taking a test. They're gonna run your film, and someone's gonna be watching the film through these scopes, right? And if you fail the test, for example, by failing, I mean like, let's say there's a shot of your movie in which you see the white sky, but the white is clipping. It's actually, or clipping or going above 100 IRE in the waveform monitor. Okay, what happens there is like, it's not like they're going to just fix it, tell you about it, and continue on with the test. No, they're going to fail you if there's something wrong there. And that's about $700 to about $1,200 just to take that test. So if you find one area of the film in which the whites are too high or the colors are too saturated, they're going to fail your test. They're going to tell you about it, and then you're going to have to take the test again. Now, the important thing here is like every element, every master tape for your trailers, for your behind the scenes, for your movies, everything that the distribution company is requiring you to give them is going to have to go through a QC, a quality control. And each one of those things is about $700 to $1,200 and upwards to almost $2,000 a pop, each one of them. So we're talking about that you have a finished film, and if you want to see it out there on DVD, at least, I'm just talking about, let's just talk initially about straight to video. If you want to even see it out there, considered to be distributed out there, you need to have these elements in place. Now you might be asking like, well, what about if my movie is really, really good and the studio really, really wants it? Very rarely happens, and even if they really, really like it, they don't want to pay for all that stuff themselves. And it gets even worse when you start selling, when your film is going to be picked up, or you wanted to, picked up for distribution for theatrical release. Okay, a theatrical release, a theatrical print alone, a print is about $40,000 to $60,000. Sometimes the studio will not pick it up, so sometimes it's up to you. So it is an uphill battle for independent filmmakers a lot of times, but it is important that when you shoot your project, you are at least aware of these obstacles on the road. So be aware. It is called, the word is called deliverables. Okay.